Hello, Council. I'm also here to speak on behalf of the Todo Poder al Pueblo collective and the absolutely justified struggle against police brutality in this city. So 1 month ago, Megan Hockaday was killed. 1 month ago to the day. Now, Megan's death wasn't Officer Roger Garcia's fault alone. Not only does the chief back him up, but he's also a member of the OPOA board as well. And judging by some of the offended looks around here, I get the feeling that the city also backs him up, possibly the city manager, I'm not sure. But what other conclusion can we draw? Who here has actually spoken up about police responsibility, liability, and control of the OPD? I know one or maybe a couple have, but it's cost them a lot. As a council, you've offered unlimited support and funding to the chief and her department through thick and thin in the course of the Limon investigation, and this is in spite of the clear misdeeds of the OPD. Now, some of you say that we're uncooperative. Well, if we have to cooperate with people who are skilled in wasting time, patience, and money, we'll wear that as a badge of pride. We've given you all the information on the killings on Megan, on Ramirez, on Limon, and Juan Zavala. Juan Zavala, I hope you do remember that name. So give us reason to cooperate. Show us good faith, and we'll be flexible. If you're talking about our marches, you're dreaming if you think we plan on collaborating with the police to hold some kind of parade, to get some kind of parade permit to protest the killings by the OPD. And we hope that the chief noticed how some of the protesters at the last march were members of her church, the church where she's a pastor, Bethel AME. And yes, the chief has reached out to us again, as Carla mentioned, through intermediaries. But we have no reason to believe that she wants anything more than for us to draw a halo over her administration and to validate her PR efforts. So no, as Carla mentioned, for the record, we don't plan on leaving the side of Oxnard's police brutality victims or their families. We won't do it for a fraudulent process of reconciliation, and we won't do it for 30 pieces of silver either. That's a biblical reference. Now, here are some constructive suggestions to the city, and Carla mentioned a few. A civilian review board staffed and funded with subpoena powers and a mandate to investigate crimes and complaints. A lot of cities have them. Sometimes they work, sometimes they don't. Mandatory body cameras with guidelines that guarantee accountability, safeguard privacy, and prevent sabotage or the misuse of footage, which we've heard about in other areas where those contracts have been filled. Audit the police. Let's do a service audit on police services on a yearly basis, because on top of these settlements that are coming out, do they need all of our money from the general fund? It would also be good to have residency requirements for the new hires. And we'd love to talk more about this with anyone, with you, Flynn, anyone, about these suggestions, and we're happy to cooperate in this regard. And to take a page from another speaker here, I'll end with a quote from Victor Hugo. If a soul is left in the darkness, sins will be committed. The guilty one is not he who commits the sin, but he who causes the darkness. No justice, no peace.
Thank you very much. Kaz Iwamoto, to be followed by Alice